Hello, and welcome back to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, Chronicles of House Weirlight. We're currently in the middle of the welcoming feast. The twins have certainly just sort of gone off.
We've turned into a party of five.
With the Primaris siblings and at least the important ones, and
Poor Peter.
Walton. Peter's somewhere, I don't know, pissing maybe. But currently we kind of zoom back to Nymora. What are you doing? What do you want to do? What's happening?
So, I mean, Nymora was, I believe, the last one we left her was kind of like looking kind of wistfully across the table towards the Dornishman table.
Yes, you were.
I see. I'm sure I noticed Mariella and Henrik leaving.
Yes, you do.
Surrounded by a gaggle of people. So I kind of I'm gonna kind of glance it towards Lady Vivienne, and then just like kind of like nod my head towards them, just like, me too. Do I need to go?
I don't think I'm paying attention. I'm conversing with people.
All right.
Yeah, if you look at Lord Tedrick, he could like look at you and do the gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have confirmation from Tedrick. He just goes, like,
right.
You're good here.
I shrug. So yeah, I'm gonna check the Frostmorns. What are they doing? Are they sitting at their table being super goth?
A little bit. They're eating. They are occasionally talking to people. Except for Glorious, the daughter. She seems to be arranging her food manically on her plate in like a pattern, and then when something moves out of place, she just moves it back, and she just seems like she needs something to look a certain way. She seems very manic.
This woman is touched in the head.
Your best guess is yes.
This woman, there's something going on with this woman. I appreciate her stylistic choices, but there's something not fully there.
Not fully there, yeah.
Is Silas one of the ones who has he been talking to anybody?
He is currently talking to a very young man, maybe teen. He's wearing green and black kind of down his chest. And he looks, fairly young, and he seems to be very eagerly talking to Silas. Silas's face is an utter expressionless mask, and speaking like very evenly to him, and he seems to nod and, seem somewhat excited that he's talking. You think? Does
that boy look familiar? Or
you can make a status breeding test.
We'll try. That's just a straight status for me, I believe.
Yep.
10.
He's
You cut out there.
He's a Northman, you know that. You're really not entirely sure. God, green and black. You're kind of racking your head. And you don't know any details, but you're fairly certain if it's green and black and it's the North. You sort of look around to people near him. Oh, someone's got a horn on their chest. You're fairly certain. You don't know who that boy is, but you do know you've heard of the House Orlick.
Okay.
The only thing you know about them is that they are a banner house to the Karstarks.
Okay.
Which are a banner house to the Starks.
Which everything eventually goes back to the Starks.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll wait for. All right.
And there's a cat. jumps up.
I'll wait respectfully until they're done with that conversation.
It doesn't take long. Maybe
yeah.
a minute.
But after they're done, I will finish my drink and stand up, and I'm gonna approach Silas Frostborn.
All right, you go up to him. You see him in all.
I stop a respectful distance away and bow towards him.
He's kind of like you think you might have to make a verbal thing to facing
Lord Silas.
His head will just turn and see you. His 1 foot goes. Yeah, you bow. 1 foot goes outside of the bench, then the other, and then he stands. And he kind of quirks his head, sees your garb, see you're dressed well, but in armor, and he kind of looks you up and down, and he goes, "You have me at a disadvantage."
You would not know me from anybody else, I'm afraid. I am no lady of any house. My name is Nymora Flowers. But,
a bastard.
Yes.
A bastard who has cleared lists.
Yes.
He nods. I saw your name. Not in the list, but I did see your name.
The acknowledgement pleases me more than you know, my lord. I wanted to have the opportunity to greet you and to finally speak with you. I have followed your tourneys for years.
Have you?
You are a force to be reckoned with in the joust.
Flattery may be appreciated by some, but I care little for glory in the tournaments. But you know of me. You do not think me vile.
I do not know enough about you as a person to be able to make that judgment, my lord.
Then you are more astute than most in the South.
Thank you.
Then I have decided it is a pleasure to meet you. And he bows slightly, but he does bow.
But
he's blinked twice, maybe, since you started talking.
Oh, this is like talking to a snake. but intriguing.
He's standing fully erect, arms at side,
mannequin. God. But as I said, I wanted the chance to greet you before the actual tournament. I look forward to seeing you in action. Glory is one thing, but skill is another.
In the north, if you enter a contest of arms with another, it is expected that one side falls.
I've noticed that, yes.
This doesn't worry you.
I mean, everybody dies at some point. I would rather die against a skilled opponent than just some.
As would I. He kind of looks you up and down and goes, "Are you a woman?"
Yes, my lord.
But flowers.
I don't fucking like that. I do not let that show my expression. Was like, what?
They goes, "But you are flowers, which meaning you are the reach."
Yes, my mother was from Old Town.
I see. Is your father Dornish?
Yes.
You look Dornish. I can't make your accent, but you are a bastard, and you are competing in these tournaments. That would mean you have some. And he looks you as if now all his eyes go all over your body. He goes, skill.
I like to pride myself in the fact that I have some training with the spear, yes.
Do you look to kill me in the tournament?
No.
Shame. And he just kind of like turns his head. And he goes, kind of turns back to you. There is no war anymore. No chance to die. Not really. Well, if we go against each other, I suggest you try and kill me.
Clean death is better than dying old and in your bed.
His eyes close and breathes in really. He goes, I could not have said it better. No, we'll try to.
I understand. I don't have any plans to grow old.
You have more courage than most of these southerners have. Most avoid my gaze. You come to greet me. After this night, we should drink together.
I would look forward to that. And I will hold you to it.
Do, and that is nothing if not bound to his word.
I must go attend to my lord and lady once more, but thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Of course, I will not keep you from duty.
Nor I you from your family.
He inclines his head and then just kind of stares at you, seemingly waiting.
Yep. I bow one more time, though I guess slightly like more like familiar.
Yeah, I know
Very
what that
slightly.
means. Yeah, like
Yeah. And then I will go back to my table and just flop sweat just breaks out on my forehead all of a sudden. Jesus Christ, did I just make friends? What just happened? What? Fuck. What?
yeah, he like watches you very creepily, blink time, and then sits down.
Mm-hmm. I go back to the table and I get myself another drink, and I'm just like, I think I just made friends with Silas Frostmorn.
What, no more? As Tedrick like turns to you.
Nothing, sir. Absolutely nothing.
Okay. He just
checks out.
All right, Vivienne. What are you doing, girl?
I think I would like to see if any of the minor houses that were of the Reach, that specifically that did not like us, are
Sure.
here at the welcome feast.
Oh yeah, like most of them.
Okay. I don't know what kind of role it would be, but are there any of them that I have like acquaintances with? Even if I know.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, hold on. That is true. Oh, that's not the one. It's this one. A couple. The biggest ones you would probably think of is probably House Fossaway of New Barrel.
Okay.
They're the green apples.
Understood. Are their lord or lady there, or could I?
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Sh- 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 uh, hold on. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, Sir John, Fossaway, is there.
Okay.
And of course, if you want to know who his wife is,
Yes.
like the details of it, you could roll status
Hmm.
breeding.
Okay.
I know it'll be so difficult for you. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Rocket, mommy.
Uh,
Rocket.
He is John, Lady Jaina, who is
Mhm.
Mate Tyrell's younger sister.
Jaina. Okay.
So, yeah. And you also know that the Fossaways of New Barrel and Cider Hall used to hate each other. Now it's more like a sibling rivalry. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Okay.
But you know, Cider Hall very much likes you, and you've definitely
Mhm.
heard that New Barrel doesn't.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just making a note.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I would
Oh no.
for sure.
Oh no, we lost Aaron.
Aaron. Oh no. She gone.
Come
Oh,
back.
no, she's back.
She's suddenly back. Jaren.
Okay. Hey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I would like to I would like to go over to just strike up conversation with them.
with
See if I
which one?
I will say Lady Jaina. That feels
Lady Jaina.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. You stand up, walk over.
Mm-hmm.
You see Lady Jaina. Her husband seems to be talking to Lord Graves.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, what would you like to say?
No, Lady Jaina, it's so good to see you. How are you during the festivities?
She like turns and looks up and
Mm.
looks maybe a little shocked to
Mm-hmm.
Lady Vivian. I enjoy them well. The king is a most generous host.
Mm-hmm.
How fare them for you?
Lovely. It's always exciting to be out in Kingslanding. More of the families brought this time around. I think even my son is participating in the joust, so it's
Oh, well, glad to hear it. Glad to
Mhm.
hear it. My own son, bit too young to participate, but my daughter does participate in the equestrian event.
Does she?
She does.
That is exciting. You know, would your husband let you come away for just a bit? I would love to talk more about this.
And she looks really confused.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to make a charm.
Okay, dokie. Uh, 28 total.
She goes, I suppose. I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my lord, like, are you all right? What? What? Oh, my darling, my love, my dove, my existence. What do you need? It goes like you're stepping away with Lady Weirlight. Well, I shall not keep you, from such company. I go, you such like a dove. I go, like only because you inspired in me, my love. It goes, oh, and
Oh.
and it goes, well, farewell, and You see Lord Graves is staring at Sir John like, what?
I just want to link my arm with Lady Jaina and just whisper, just like, oh, goodness. Reach Lords, they're always so romantic, aren't they?
Are they not? Oh, you should have heard him when he first started courting me. Oh, such words were rarely spoken outside of, well, I'm sure several bards' journals.
Oh. You must tell me all about it.
Oh, have I not told you the story? Well, and yeah, she'll kind of go into how Sir John and her began courting, how originally she was courting basically one of the other lords, but Sir John just walked directly up to her, interrupting any conversation, and just started comparing her to every beautiful event he's ever witnessed. And she was so taken aback by his boldness that she felt she had to give him the time.
Oh. Never was there love more inspiring.
He goes, well, I don't know about that, but he surely was quite dashing.
Great. So your daughters are participating in the equestrian event?
Yes, she is.
I do not believe I don't believe our daughters are acquainted.
I do not believe they are. They might be. I don't know.
Perhaps, who knows what children get up to these days?
I think they might have saw them together a moment ago. Labala is my daughter.
Right. Well, I would sure if your daughter is fascinated with horses as much as mine is, we would for sure have to work with getting them more acquainted.
Well, they're Reach girls, are they not?
They are indeed. How are you faring?
She kind of looks at you, goes, well, quite well. New Barrow, quite honestly, a hub of trade and prosperity, and I've yet to see greater times.
Oh, that is so delightful to hear. I don't know sure how to word that. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, that is always delightful to hear. It saddens me that we're not as acquainted as I would like. Because I hear so much that you are lovely and charming and, well, a vision.
Goes, I think, are you trying to invite me somewhere? Are you trying to sit?
Please, I will leave that work to your husband, dear. No, I was just saying, because I was talking to some of these Crownland ladies, and they seem to have a lot to say about us Reach women.
Do they not? Do they not? I'm sure the proximity to the crown makes them believe they sit higher than perhaps they truly do. But who are we to say what they are like?
Who are we to say?
We simply are who we are.
Goodness. But I was hearing that there was discourse a bit between our houses, and I couldn't think of a reason why. I don't think neither.
Not one.
I can't think of any. Is there? If I am wrong, I was wondering if there was something that I could perhaps rectify.
Well, the only thing I can think of is I can't recall an invitation to your last soiree.
Oh my goodness. I'm embarrassed. Shame on me. Shame on me to be without your company. And that I think I can rectify at once. I've been thinking, it's time that, well, I mean, after the displays here, of course, some time has passed. I have been meaning to throw another soiree, and I would love your company.
We are invited to the next event.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'll talk to my husband, and we'll see what we can do. But you're sending an invitation personally.
Yes.
I see. She kind of like nods. Will Sir Tenton be there?
Do I need to...
Sir Tanton is Lord of House Fossaway of Cider Hall.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure he could be persuaded to attend. Why?
He goes, no, I'm just wondering. Have you talked to the Tanton, Sir Tanton, or the Cider Hall folk at all yet?
Is there any way I can read her to see what she's exactly fishing for if I have to go forward?
Empathy.
All right, I was going to say, I don't know if I have to go into an intrigue with her or not.
Awareness, empathy. She's being pretty obvious.
Okay. 11.
Yeah, it's enough. She's wondering if you've talked to her first or the other Fossaways first.
Understood. Well, I wanted to talk to you first. I think it's time to extend friendships.
Is it? And she smiles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, of course, this all is up to my husband. You do know this.
Of course.
Of course. Well, we'll see, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
She smiles.
Yes, you are the first to I invite. I was playing around with the idea of having another soiree, and I think you've just convinced me that it's about time.
Like, timing is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And she smiles. And he goes, oh, I will have my John think on it.
All right.
And she nods and he goes, now I must get back to him. He will be lost without me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and she kind of like, you definitely do think you have charmed her a bit, but you think she may be waiting.
Waiting. Do I get a nice sense of waiting for what exactly?
You definitely know she's heard the rumors.
Got it. Okay. All right then.
But you definitely laid groundwork, you believe.
Okay. If that's the idea I get from it, then the other houses might be in the same boat. Do I see Clarissa anywhere?
Guess. Yeah. You do. She's talking to Aronette.
Why?
You have no clue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll walk over to Clarissa.
You go. You suddenly hear Lady Aronette go, Lady Weirlight, Lady Vivian, and she bows very deeply, very awkwardly.
How are you, Aronette?
The feast finds me well.
Wonderful. Could you give us a moment? I need to speak with Clarissa.
Of course, and she just
yeah, I follow her with my eyes, but that's all.
And she goes back to her table across from her mother.
Yeah.
Good evening, Lady Weirlight.
Evening, Clarissa. I was just speaking to Lady Jaina of the New Bear Fossaways, and unfortunately, I think the rumors are cultivating within the minor houses of the Reachlands.
Yes, my lady, they seem to have spread far.
That was not what I was expecting. I think they are waiting to see what happens. I don't know if I can do anything currently here to try and cultivate some sort of friendship or alliances, but if you could keep an ear out, I can give you to particular families, see what they might be in need of in course of trade or friendship or anything like that. You can converse with Thorsten. It does not have to be tonight. Because if they're waiting for something to happen, then this might be an event. This might be extended work we might have to put in. But if you can keep an ear out, see what they might be needing, or what would cultivate friendship between them. I think that would be what I should focus on. Have you found anything else out?
Not in particular. Perhaps nothing for such company, but
Right.
we will have to have a debriefing.
All right. Well, I will leave you to your work. Why are you with Aaronette?
Lady Mariella asked me to keep an eye on her. Apparently something is happening with Ashella. She left. Mariella left. Sorry. I'm so sorry, my lady.
There's no need to apologize. If you... As long as it doesn't hinder your other work, I suppose.
I would never allow that to happen.
I trust my daughter enough to know what she's doing. She's clever, so I trust her. And I trust you, so.
Thank you.
That's all.
She scurries away, even though Vivienne was the one to come up to her. She leaves. Yeah.
Scuttle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not gonna talk to any of these other houses because I don't want to seem like I'm reaching for something. So I'll go back to my house, and I guess keep. I don't know. I do not have. I guess keep an eye of the general air of everything, kind of seeing who's talking to who. That kind of.
Sure, absolutely. As you come back, you see Claude. He goes, Lady Vivienne, perfect timing. I was about to make a small toast to the people around us for the glory and for the honor of House Weirlight. Here, and raises a glass, and a few others around like, yes, and it is at that exact moment that you hear down the table go,
No.
honor! And a lot of people just, everything kind of goes dead. Claude looks very surprised, like, what? He goes, some who dare come to this tourney and this table know nothing of honor! And everyone turns, and you see Adham Dannett.
Oh, go figure.
But it's finally floated.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
He is standing.
Are the twins nearby?
One moment. So-called knights and nobles who would butcher innocent farmers and their families have no place here except to face the king's justice. Your Majesty! And he, stands fully up. He's outside the table. He's walking up. Shit's going down. No one's talking. Everyone's watching. Your Majesty, in the name of my father and my house, I implore you to hear my complaint against these murderers and warmongers. And you see a few people from the Reach House are standing up like, hey, Adam, and he goes, no, and he just yells down anyone who's like, hey, wait, why don't you come down, boy? Like everyone just gets yelled down, and they just sit down, like, okay, not my fucking business.
Yep.
And the twins, you have
Hey.
just breached
Oh,
the archways to the outside, but you hear it.
so pretty. Fuck.
You both hear it, and it is unmistakable.
Oh god, yeah, I think like I probably freeze.
Just
Mm.
thinking to sigh. I look at my sister. Like, I shouldn't tell her. Like, kind of lean with like, I should.
Scarlett's
I need to
between
go back
us.
to either. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can go up to your sister and say this.
I'm okay if everyone hears me. I'm just talking to her.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I need to go back. All right. If you want to keep going on guard, I understand. I need to.
I think she like kind of like just generally looks torn. It's like I know I can't do anything, but it's like oh god, solidarity, and it's just like
Yeah,
Fuck.
and I'm kind of giving her that look like I really know, like, I think that, like, Henrik gives you this look of, like, kind of, like, this weird understanding that I don't think he's given you, like, in a while, because, like, the twins have been sort of, like, on the outs for a bit, and, like, been kind of standoffish. It's like, yeah, I was like, I know that this could possibly, you could possibly to just like for support for us, but also this is a terrible situation, and in sort of a protective way, it's like I don't know if you should be here for this. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do.
yeah, I probably
Or
look at like the other
what he
three
can
while
incite Robert
Henrik
to
is
do.
saying this.
They're looking at Henrik.
I don't know what Adam is going to do or what he will say. Like, Robert, I don't.
You'll have more of a voice than me.
I know.
Remember the merchant, remember the writ, and remember
The shield, I know. That.
And you go off.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you're following, but I just go.
Yeah, they watch you go.
I think she's like kind of like just torn of like it's like not moving forward or anything, it's just like
Yeah, they actually will be like they kind of look at you and they will turn back and kind of start going back towards the party. And be like nodding to you like it's okay.
Support.
All right.
it's
So-
how are they assembled near me? It's like
Just randomly.
randomly?
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Are they all going, like, including Scarlet, or is it just
Yes,
boys?
including
Okay.
Scarlet. Yeah, no, they're all very slowly, but they're going back. All right, so Henrik, you begin to move back towards your family. All right, everyone else who's there,
Mhm.
Namor and Vivian and whatnot, rest of the fam. You see Robert kind of look around and look at this boy and be like,
Mhm.
and kind of like look like,
Uh.
but you then see Circe put a hand on his arm and speak very quietly to him.
Oh, no.
And he
really
seems
good,
to like,
really bad.
and he seems to be like, it seems to like mollify him, perhaps. It goes, very well, Adham Dannett, you have the floor. The king will hear your words.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And Adam nods, and he goes into it. He points. He goes. He kind of explains in detail that My farmers, they live but month to but moon to moon upon the land. They give what they can to us, but the harvest has not been bountiful. Even then, even though we have so little, these warmongers of House Weirlight rode onto Dannett land, sword in hand, and butchered men, women, and children. Dannett folk all, and burned what meager crops we have that could call off. The only provocation that has ever been between our two houses has been foul. And even in our darkest times, do these creatures do feed on us. Robert sort of like is listening. He goes, "Well, boy, do you approve of this?" Aye. And he asks his one of his knights, and they produce. He goes, "A shield," and he holds up the shield. There's a gasp. No, like most people knew this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Dramatics.
Dun dun dun.
Was pulled from the corpses of one of the Earthling men our own managed to defeat, defending our land. As you see, it is unmistakably the shield of House Weirlight. So bold are they to kill openly, but cowardly enough to, I'm sure, deny it now. Robert kind of just nods. You also notice the shield has blood on it.
Uh-huh.
And people have noted that. You see a lot of people looking.
Uh-huh.
You notice some people have scoot away from y'all. And everyone's kind of looking. Lord, the King, Robert, nods. He goes, Like, and there have been difficulties between your two houses.
Fuck.
He goes, too numerous to stand. And he just starts going into some of the kind of quarrels your two houses have had. And Vivian, you're listening and you're like, yep.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. It's not a lie. God damn it, teacher.
And he goes, most recent, of course, being at the Ball of Ashford. And a lot of reach outs to go like, oh.
Yeah, the Ball of Ashford, of course.
Why his ball?
It goes, when the Lord of House Weirlight did so bemoan the accomplishments of my own father during the last engagements between us. And Tedric, like, crosses his arm, but doesn't, like, make a reaction. And Vivian, you remember this.
Uh-huh.
You remember, Lord Dannett, Alfred, he said something you didn't hear, but Tedric, who was a bit into his cups, screamed at him and noted how the only accomplishment he made during the rebellion was a loss of men and lands, while his own were quite great, and how he had to pull a thing. And Lord Alfred, they just got into a shouting match and had to be like pulled apart.
Sounds like Tedric.
Mariella, you remember this event. Henrik, you don't.
No. I think I was busy.
You were a little busy.
I'm busy.
I don't know what happened.
Does sound like my father though, so I'm not surprised.
It does. Where Lord Tedric did besmirch my father in a
Mhm.
And he kind of goes, did he now? And he sort of looks over at you guys. And nobody's really standing up or saying much, and everyone's just kind of looking at you guys.
Mhm.
Uh,
I'm just waiting for Adam to
He-
finish because I feel like interrupting would be not good. for
Yeah.
Marcus.
probably.
Yeah.
So.
So he kind of finishes up saying, I simply demand the opportunity to claim justice for my house. And they're like, disposed upon you, of course, the king. Tell me what justice is appropriate, as I would not act without your word, as my father has taught me well. And you guys all know, Adam is not a guy who politics. Every word Adam's saying is from his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And the king nods and he strokes his very long beard. His house Weirlight defend themselves? Kind of looking around as if he doesn't really know who else Weirlight is.
Yeah, I will stand and or Henrik, you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna ask if I was there as well.
Yeah, you're hearing all this, but Vivian, you stand.
Yeah,
There, okay.
like of course we defend ourselves, my lord, but it is not out of cowardice. It is out of sense that we hear the plight of the Dannetts, and we took upon ourselves to investigate these claims that he put upon our household. And we hear him. We hear the cry of a man whose heart bleeds for the very soul of his lands, his people that were unjustly and wrongly murdered. But it was not us. It was not us who did this.
More
We here have a writ. Yeah, and I'll pull out
Other gasp.
that someone claims in the hand of his own father to instigate such conflict.
He kind of
Now-
looks at you and goes, do you have perhaps an impartial witness that can claim the legitimacy?
You do.
Great.
Mhm.
You do.
Of course, my lord.
And who is this?
Your Majesty. A merchant by the name of Rog Thanders. He saw the altercation between my husband's men and a set of armored bandits on
Is
the road.
Rog Sanders here? And at the very end of one far table, a little man stands up. And he quickly moves up to the air. And he just Robert gestures for him to come forward.
He just scuttles up.
Oh fuck, okay. He goes, Rog Sanders, do you swear an oath of the seven to tell the truth to your lord, your king? He goes, I do, hold on. And he kind of looks over, and the High Septum and he just gets up
That's great.
from the table, and he goes, do you so swear forth to speak only the truth in front of the father, the mother, the warrior, the daughter, the smith, the crone, and the stranger, and before your lord and your king, lord of the seven realms?
Damn.
As I said, I do. They're like, right! And he just turns and looks and goes, well, that's good enough. Speak, man, speak. He goes, well, I met House Weirlight on at the Great Stag Inn, and they permitted me to travel with them. I recall a group of men coming to attack them and after being dispatched without any form of force or lethal intent, the Lord and I believe the heir questioned them, and they stated that they have been contacted by a Lord, Alfred Dannett, and presented writ that the lady doth prevent, and I did see it, and it seemed to be under the guise that of Lady Vivienne and the others there that Lord Alfred had not written it, but someone had forged it, and they seem to believe a plot doth ensue. I also do recall them traveling with a prisoner, Hamish Flowers, who seemed to know about this plot. I know not a detail, but I do know that he was quite important, and these men doth kill Hamish, silencing him forever. What he knew lost to the stranger. But beyond the travel and the safety they offer me, I have no association with this house. I had never met them before, but of what Lady Vivienne of the house doth say, it is true, and I did witness it with mine own eyes. And the moment we got to the city, we disbanded as companions, and I have not had a dealing before or since that moment.
He's the best witness. Love him.
Cover
This is
my
what
ass.
I
Get
saw,
the
but
fuck
I
out.
do not know them.
Spoke the truth, which is what we wanted.
We
so
also
I'm good
lost
with that.
Jared, man.
He
We
goes,
lost
I
one of
don't
our
know
own.
them. I don't want to know them. I don't know
Rest in
their
peace,
house. I
Jared.
don't know their people.
He goes, well, very well, you may go. I've heard you speak. He goes, he can't be, he bows so deeply. He's like, my king, my liege, my sovereign. Like, and just,
That bow walking out. Yeah.
Scuttles
Yeah.
away.
Oh.
he goes, I see. So, I am befuddled. And it is a state I dislike being in. Weirlight. Lady Vivienne. You say now that there is some plot. Someone forged a seal of Alfred Dannett to cause hate between your two houses. Who forged this seal?
We do not know, Your Grace.
You do not know.
No.
Convenient. You have the writ?
Yes.
Don't just stand there like a fucking git. Go get it. And he kind of looks at one of the kings, and it's Barristan Selmy.
God damn it.
And he just goes, my king. And he goes up to you. And he
Grace.
goes,
Mhm.
the writ, my lady.
Yeah. Clarissa was the last person who had it, so I'm hoping she saddled up beside me and presents
yeah.
it. 'Cause-
As soon as Adam started talking, I fucking just fast like could to her side. Yeah.
Yeah. He's hand out to Lady Viv.
Mhm.
Reach over your shoulder.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Carissa, you hand it to her. She
Mhm.
hands it to you hand it to Sir Selmy. He takes it, reads it, and he goes over and he goes, young lord, does this look as your father's hand? Speak true now. And Adam goes, my father has no such hand. And Lady Vivienne, you claim this is the hand of not Alfric.
Indeed.
And good sir, and as the merchant trying to stops and turns around, walks directly up to him and goes, you saw that these men had this. This was not a production of the Weirlights. He goes, they seem to handed it to them, these men, who they did not kill, as they seem to have been pawns. You said they showed mercy to those who attacked them. Seemingly. Nods. and then walks over, whispers to the king, hands it. He reads it like, and just like hands it off to Cersei, and Cersei.
Just reads it for him.
Thanks, Cersei. Thanks for looking out.
He goes, "Woe to me, king, who on the day to celebrate his daughter's birth be mourned for the plights of his people." And he just like sighs. And Cersei just goes, "Doth the king need to deal with this in the morn?" And he goes, "No, no." Kind of looks over in the direction and goes, "My queen, I can deal with this now." So we have a merchant's word that some ruffians who doth attack House Weirlight be egged on by someone pretending to be of with Lord Adam here, stating that you doth attack and has proof. Is this your shield? Is this your symbol?
Question.
As does it look like our? Does it look like our
A
shield?
revamped
It's
shield.
it's an older design, but
Mhm.
it
Older.
is technically your shield.
Yeah, and Clarissa hasn't told me anything about the.
Well, at
Bad.
the moment when it turns around towards
Yeah.
us,
Mhm.
I
Oh.
reach up and I whisper in your ear, and I'm like, "It's an old version. Hedge knights are known to order shields to claim that they have defeated certain houses.
Mhm.
I have one for the Asterwoods." And then I pull back.
Okay. Yeah. That is an old symbol of our house, Your Grace. But it is known that hedge knights claim such shields to foster some reputation amongst themselves.
You
We
hear
have enough-
a lot of angry murmuring suddenly.
Mhm.
Like,
Got
hey,
angry buzzing
Yeah.
from some head knights.
hey.
Like, we have such a shield as an example.
With you now.
I look to Clarissa like,
I say, "It is currently being built on the grounds of the tourney field, the green.
So
We commissioned it, my king."
So you say that to the king.
Yes.
He goes, "Who are you?"
"Apologies, my king. I am Lady Clarissa Asterwood, the steward for the Weirlights." And she doesn't look him in the eye. Just
You're a woman.
roll down.
You're a what? He looks at you. Your steward is a woman?
women are capable of a great many things, Your Grace.
He kind of goes, "Well, I knew the and there is a laughter throughout. But very well, if you are the steward and it is claimed as such, very well, but you do not have the shield now."
No, my king.
Well, it sounds like we simply have the... You do not claim Adham Dannett, do you?
What is that? Aaron, stop. You're
Yeah.
kind of distracted.
Do,
Sorry.
do you claim Adham Dannett lies?
Yeah. I do claim he lies, for he is misinformed.
Is he lied or is he misinformed? They are two different things.
We are not.
Yeah,
the,
Henry.
yeah. We are not the cause of the slaughter of his people.
Do you know who is?
No, Your Grace.
So you claim he is misinformed.
Yes.
I see. And he kind of like breathes out.
Okay, people keep asking if Henrik's there, so.
Yes, Henrik is there. Henrik
There you go.
is there.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
I didn't know if I'd ever made it there. I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
feel
are.
like-
You've been. Everyone's
Oh.
there.
Okay, all right. I thought I was like, am I still walking?
Everyone is. Everyone is there.
And let me do her thing though.
I see. Well, Vivian, can you please give me a persuasion convince?
Okay.
Clarissa has given you a +2,
Okie dokie.
and Rog Fanders have given you a further +2, so you have a
Oh.
+4.
All right. Here we go.
You got this.
So a 22.
So 22.
Pretty good. He kind of like raises his hand and goes, Well, at this point, without any further, has committed this treason. It seems it is one house's word against another. Lord Dannett, and Adam looks up. You are the injured party in this. What exactly are you asking of your king? And he kind of puffs his chest up.
Oh god.
And he goes, the chance to deliver justice. You go, I see. And House Weirlight, you do not acquiesce this. You claim you do not befall any injustice upon the House Dannett, yes?
That is what we claim.
Nods. Tell me, boy, Lord Dannett, what are you entered in? He goes, the joust, my lord. And this is, the joust, eh? How's Weirlight? Doth you have a challenger in the joust?
At that point, oh god, I shouldn't do this. Henrik will pipe up and say, Grace, I'm entering in the joust as well.
And who are you?
My name is Henrik, sir. I am heir to the Weirlight lands.
Ah! Then so shall it be. On the morrow, first round, the first list of the tournament, it shall be, we shall leave it to the 7. A joust between Adham Dannett and Henrik Weirlight. Whoever wins shall be seen right in the eyes of the 7. And until that point, there shall be no fraternization between the two houses. There shall be no discord. I do not wish to even glare at one another until that morn comes. Is your king heard?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yeah.
Looks
yes.
Okay. Of course, Your Majesty. Adam looks like real, happy at this result.
Oh, okay.
He goes, very well. May the 7 choose whoever is correct. And until such a time, the feast continues! And people huzzah.
I had a
Yeah.
quick thing. I'm not the right person to do this, but when the whole conversation with Vivian and Tiana and Adam, when I was there, could I have gotten a look around the crowd of houses and people? Did anyone's check people's reaction if they looked besides the usual gasp and everything? Someone looked kind of suspicious.
Make an awareness test.
Don't want to do this, but I feel like I just had to say it. Let's get ready for 4, guys. Go. Fuck! That's my best one. Not gonna.
The only you don't really know a lot of these people. A lot of people were paying attention.
Right.
Some people were just kind of eating, just. You did notice, Orton Lugas kind of look like ready to like maybe go up there. If
Okay.
you kind of look like after his calls, he seems to like calm down a little bit, but he sort of looked like he might ready to like say
Prepared
something
for something. It was like, all right,
Yeah.
we have to make a stand.
And afterwards, you see him kind of looking at you, Henrik. And if you kind of look over at him, he kind of like breathes outward and kind of like nods at you.
Okay.
Like maybe he wants you to like. It's you believe it's some sort of like, fuck, good luck.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You notice Walton and Layden staring, and no one else said anything.
No.
Clarissa, with your passive, you notice Claude seeming like leaned very in, looked very like he started to think a lot when that exchange started. And then after that was declared, he kind of back and kind of looked at Henrik and just started nodding to himself.
As we begin to kind of like break from that and disperse back to the feast,
Yeah,
can I take a seat next to Claude?
of course you can.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, I'll just sit next to him and I'll kind of lean over and I'll say, we should speak, cousin.
He kind of looks at you, goes, I agree, we should.
It shall be done then.
Yeah, he will just get up.
Oh, now, okay.
he's-
He doesn't say that. I say that.
Yeah.
Get up and I'll follow him.
Yep. Yeah, he goes off behind some columns. And kind of goes, he goes, I heard this, like, this glass came... Right. And he says, we're like behind.
Yeah.
He goes, yes, cousin.
You have your pulse to the ground in Kingslanding far better than I. That is something that I am able to admit. If you hear anything about this, about the shield, I would be in your debt should you bring the information to me.
I've heard some things, actually.
Have you?
I have. The thing is, I think we were of more than one mind. Someone who forged a shield, yes?
Mm.
I've seen the forgeries of House Weirlight. It did not look like that. It looked even older. I think that shield is your house's. But I believe it was taken. I think it was taken from a battlefield. You see, there's a maker's mark on it. I saw it when Adam was... It's of your house's maker. He's made some of ours. I recognize it. It is a real shield. I just be glad that Adam is a knight. Well, he kind of like, I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but a man who has no head for politics. If he was smart, he would have demanded the king's decision, but he simply demanded honor and the rights, as if that would solve anything. But do you think Henrik can beat Adam?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then we are in trouble.
Indeed.
What do we do?
Brilliant question.
Sabotaging Adam would be too obvious.
Indeed.
We must play this carefully, cousin. The pain, Akelins teeter on the head of a needle. And should our house falter, should their house, kind of shakes his head. When were you aware of this?
The issue with the Dannetts, we found out when Adham Dannett stormed our gates.
Kind of looks like nods. Ill omens. I'm not one to speak of it, but ill omens, cousin.
I understand better than you think, Claude.
You are the steward. It is to you. I have a strong position in the Tyrell Court, but I teeter on favor. They know how weak Asterwood is. Only through my charm and their interest in my story, I hold hardier stakes. We need Mariella in the court. But if Henrik does not win, I cannot guarantee Mariella. And your father, dear uncle, and my father, if they do not, they will die at the, if not through their own misguided health, than this insane battles with the bandits. Do you know they wish to? My father was charging. He's 65 years old. And he kind of Claude looks real upset. He goes, are you sure Henrik doesn't have the skill? Adam's new at this too. Or do we have to make a plan?
We should make a plan anyways.
Very well. He looks really upset and goes, only Lars were.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What? Oh.
Claude. Lars is here.
He looks at as if you just slapped him. What? What do you mean Lars is here? Lars is in Bravos. He left.
Lars is not in Bravos.
What do you mean Lars isn't in Bravos?
I saw him in King's Landing just earlier today.
You do not play with my mind.
Right now, any other time I would. Now, I do not. He is in King's Landing. Do I believe this? I think I do, but I want to check.
Awareness, empathy.
Okay.
Your paranoia about the mental state of your son will always lead you to be suspect of him.
Sure.
But nothing about his demeanor gives that he is play acting to you at the moment. You will always have the belief that he is up to something.
Yes.
But you have no proof of it in this moment. So
Sure. Okay.
Basically, because you're paranoid about your cousin, I'm never gonna necessarily definite yes.
Yeah, it's a maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, but you see no inkling of a game in his eye or his tone or his body language, especially so away from prying eyes.
Are you telling me, Claude, that you've lost control of your bastard?
You act as if I had control of it in the first place. Maybe when he was 16, but he doesn't need my money and he earns his own. And to be honest, I haven't had contact with him in about 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Do not bring him into this now.
Well, if he's here without telling me, without contacting me, then I don't know who he's working for.
I could find out.
You said you've seen him. Have you talked to him? No,
No.
no, of course not.
I talked to. I think. Can I look around real quick? I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that we're not overheard.
Yeah, awareness, please. Actually, what's your passive awareness?
24.
Gorgeous. Yeah, no. You don't believe so, no.
Okay. I will kind of lean in closer and lower my voice again.
Sure, absolutely.
I'll tell him I spoke with the King's God man that he was meeting with at the time, who has since gone missing, has not returned to his post.
Yes, Mondrashnan. Yeah, yes. I know. Yes, he's in debt, actually. He has a nose for fun. He was in debt to someone. But he's disappeared. Wait, you said Lars met him?
Lars met with him and another, a dwarf,
Dwarf.
a woman dwarf, dirty.
A short female in King's.
Yes.
The only one I've heard of is the alley cat. She's a knifeman from Flea Bottom. Low-grade assassin. What is going on? All right. I do not interfere with this child. If it is believed that any foul play has been done, our name, yes, we will be cleared into the king, not to the other. Swear to me.
I swear.
I will hold you to that. Kind of shakes his head. Where is Cedric?
Cedric is at home.
Why?
Weirlights.
The wisdom of Lord Tedric.
My
Keep him.
place.
Kind of puts his hand up and he goes, well, you've done incredibly well. I'm sorry that your father can't see that.
Me as well.
And he just like puts his hands over his face and shakes. Has Henrik even been in a joust?
No.
Well, neither has Adam.
Oh.
This bodes well.
Bodes well.
Henrik is deceptively strong,
Yes.
and he has the favor of higher houses.
Yes.
All right, well, if we lose, it won't be good. But there are ways that we can recoup touch losses. But I'll have to start on them immediately. You need to just manage the house so they don't get too emotional. As that will lead to their doom. If they win, huzzah! I will begin preparations. Just please remind them that to not act out. What was this about Henrik going to the docks?
Going where?
To the docks. I heard about it. Henrik went to the docks for something. You don't even know. It was all over Mariella's face.
I have enough things to keep track of without keeping track of Henrik's every move.
Well, he's the future of that house, which means
I know. Working on it. Okay?
Okay. He backs off. He's like, okay. Did Cedric tell you about the book?
Yes, Cedric told me about the book.
Good.
Because it was needed. Because of bad omens.
Yeah, he mentioned something. How are you doing? And you do hear it's a bit accusing.
Yeah. I'm fine, Claude.
Are you?
Worry about your own bastard before you come at me with accusations like this.
I need to know everything is fine. You have this.
I am fit for this job.
Then I believe it. All right. I'll begin talking. Whoever is behind, I hope their station is far above us. I pray for their safety, that they are far above our reaches. This is
They better be.
ruining too many plans.
Indeed.
All right. Well, do you continue to handle it and rein them in? I will set up in case of a loss. We can recover this. It will take some time and will most likely require help from the Dornish. But you have Nymora. Yeah, she's doing it.
Yes.
That'll help. Keep your eye on Brian Telson. That's all I ask. I have to go. We've been away too long.
Indeed. I will be in contact.
And he just
Yeah,
flick of his
I'm gonna do the kind of the same thing. I want to blend into the crowd and I want to start listening. I'm not even gonna go to the table yet,
Okay.
but obviously that can wait.
All right. Just a little creature.
Out of this, I'm not going to be any use to you whatsoever, sir. Please. I can't talk to people.
All right. So, Henrik, Mariella, do you go sit back down with your family?
How do they look? How do our parents look right now? How's Vivienne doing?
Vivian's smiling, which means it's bad. It's real bad.
Cheerful
Right,
murder.
right. Yeah, not the best. Okay.
You do see the other three kind of
Right. We're still with the
slowly-
group.
Well, no, they sort of slowly
Ah.
to their own houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Seemingly getting looks from different people among their
Right,
Figures.
because we were with them for years. Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
Listen, they like you, but the Game of Thrones, baby.
Yep.
I get it. Wish I had the chance to talk to them before. I don't know if I really want to be with my family right now, especially the way parents are looking. I might want to go back to the garden area where we were, just to like take a minute away from everyone. I don't know what Mariella's plan is. I'll look at her real quick, see if she wanted to do anything though.
If the other three are breaking off, I will probably. I think I'm gonna have to head back to the table.
Okay. Mariella's going back to the table.
I'm looking back and forth between all of them.
Yeah,
Huh?
we're
What do I
splitting
do?
up. We're splitting up again. I know. Sorry.
Henrik's gone.
Yeah.
You definitely see a lot of people not looking at you guys now.
Yep.
Very pointedly not acknowledging us. Yeah. Do I know how good Adham Dannett is in a fight?
Yeah, you've heard the thing. He's never been in a tournament.
Okay. But is he decent in a fight? Otherwise.
The only thing you know about him is he's
What now? You cut out for me.
strong but green.
Okay.
He's fought before. Like he fought in the Greyjoy Rebellion.
Mhm.
Basically, from everything you know, probably had as much experience as Henrik.
Okay.
But Henrik, you know, while slight looking, is deceptively strong.
Mm-hmm. And he's had good training.
Yeah, you have seen to that.
All the same, I will lean closer to Lady Vivienne.
Yeah.
And just my lady, a word.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Lord Henrik spoke up before I had a chance to.
Mm-hmm.
I am also entered into the joust.
No
Your
more.
truth and
Your skill is capable, but His Majesty has declared that the heirs of the houses are to mete out justice.
could he not name me as his champion? That is a thing that is done, yeah?
Nemora, how would that look upon your future lord?
Poorly. Cowardly.
You are talented, and you are far skilled than any man of your age that I have seen, and I have seen many knights. But this matter, he could have called you on as champion were people to recognize you as a full knight, possibly. But in this matter, I do not think that would be wise.
I swear to you that if Adham Dannett harms Henrik, Lord Henrik, I will seek restitution in blood.
Let's keep those promises private. You should have faith in Henrik. He tends to keep people by surprise, so.
I don't say it, but I'm definitely thinking that all the surprises recently have been bad.
But he's lived, so.
I have lived. Poor lucky dumb boy.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, the full talking kind of gets back to Clarissa, party goes underway, and you hear a lot of endlessly amused by this fact. Most of the outside the reach, everyone each other. This will be hilarious. And the incel of the Reachmen are not really talking about it.
Wonder why.
But Thorsten does come up to you, Clarissa.
Oh.
And he goes, Adham Dannett hasn't eaten any food
At all?
at all. He claims he is not hungry.
And you think this is because he's not hungry, or another reason?
I do not know. But from everything I have seen of Lord Adam, it is uncharacteristic.
Understood. Thank you, Thorsten.
Maester's away.
He absconds.
Tedric does grip your hand, Vivian. And there is no small amount of pride in his eyes. He just sort of nods.
Oh.
Nods and goes, the Seven will find him favor. He may have a loose mind, but his arm is strong.
Well, you and Imora saw to that, so I have every faith in the two of you.
Which one? He kind of like looks at you.
Well, I have faith in both of you that you taught our son well.
He grips your hand. He goes, I love you.
And I love you.
And no, if Henrik cannot make this right, then I will.
Well, as long as it's official, I'm sure everyone will be delighted.
Good. And he just like sits back, but he doesn't eat anymore though. He's like good. Like looks down. Henrik,
Yes.
you go to the garden.
Yeah. Need a breather. Get away from everyone
Yeah,
right
you
now.
see a beautiful garden of as we see palm fronds and plant birds. But several other flowers definitely recognize.
Well versed in flowers. I know what it's about.
Mm-hmm. And you lean there and you look out. And you see the waters of Blackwater Bay. You see the moon. And it is a reprieve for a moment. As you know the weight that you hold tomorrow. That if you lose, your house will be seen as warmongers.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I. Yep.
You have to fight a man that you have almost come to fear, I think, part of your life.
Like feel a little better about it, knowing what I've heard of our skill sets, but I'm also at a disadvantage because I was stupid and went and got myself hurt. So that kind of sucks. Really reflecting on all the bad decisions I've made that kind of led us up to here at this point. Yeah, kind of just have own reflection.
What's your passive awareness? It's 4 times your rank.
I don't like this question.
If you click your awareness, there should
Yeah.
be passive.
Just
number
an
on it.
8.
8. All right, cool. Your throat is slit. No.
Damn it! It honestly wouldn't spread. Yeah. So
Yeah. Wow. Bad roll. So, you sense movement to your left, and all the way down this very dark walkway, there seems to be a figure that stares at you for a moment and then leaves. Just
we get like size of this figure, man, woman, child, anything?
no clue. Too far. Possibly hooded.
Okay. And go a little closer to where I think it was.
Yeah, you can begin to sort of walk towards that way.
Yeah, I'll do that.
However,
Oh boy.
behind you, you do hear a voice.
Hmm.
You just hear, "Why you?"
Sorry, what does it say? I just hear creepiness.
Why?
Yeah, you're not sure. Yeah, why
Turn
you?
around.
Yeah, 10 feet. You see a pale girl with eyes.
Oh shit.
You recognize her. She's the glorious Frostmourne.
Yeah, I remember her. Sure.
And she is staring unblinkingly at you. She's
I think I
breathing
just
pretty
kinda-
hard.
I think I just kind of hold her gaze like in shock, like almost do that like jump back thing, like
It's only the start.
the stars.
The dragon's venom. It seeps in you. Deep. Deep. But the faceless will not help. The faceless will not help. She will drown.
Sorry, Melanie, I don't know you. I must leave. Just gonna duck the fuck out of here. I don't know who should have been.
Appropriate response.
From on the tree that provides shade, it often comes with hawks in its branches.
I look back the other way. Do I see that figure or anything anymore?
No.
Okay.
What is sown and what is what shall be reaped? The dust and bones sowed blood. What will you reap? What will you reap? She's just unblinkingly staring at you,
Yeah. I'm
ripping
just-
at parts of her own dress.
Okay. All right. I think I should go. Yeah. I'm just like staring back at her, not really sure what to say. Why the fuck did she just say our house words? What the hell is going on? Okay. I think I've gotten this is weird. I would just kind of like to go back then leave. I guess does she try to stop me or anything? Or
No.
does she do anything if I
Oh, okay. She just stares at you.
Okay. I keep eyes on her as I kind of walk back.
Not every chalice is poison. As she just yells back as you leave.
Okay, thanks. Just head out. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Yeah, and then kind of awkwardly, also looking over my shoulder the whole time, kind of we're on back to the party, I guess.
Back on to the party.
Yep.
All right, well, from that moment on, Um, everyone kind of avoids you.
Great.
And the night wraps up kind of pretty soon after that. A lot of people are like, I'm not, this was weird. Enough for dessert to come out. Some people,
They have
but-
lemon cakes.
I mean, those were earlier. There were earlier
Oh.
lemon cakes.
Yeah.
You could have had those.
Yeah.
But yeah. And basically, everyone begins to leave. Slowly but surely. Do you guys go?
Yep.
No, we're just gonna camp out here.
Alright. Well, it sounds like Vivian, are you corralling?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I
No.
have a question.
We. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Naimura.
I know my awareness is abysmal, but did I notice at any point that Gloria's left?
Is your passive 8?
It's 4 times your awareness. Then yes.
Yeah,
No.
same passive.
You did not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, the only person I trust to, if they're gonna snoop, to not get caught is Clarissa, so I am shepherding everyone else home.
Okay.
We gotta talk.
I think the only thing I probably would have wanted to do while like we were social pariahs for like the end of that, probably do an awareness to see like what the fuck Ashella is responding to with this, as well as where's Constance?
Yeah, make an awareness test.
I scrolled too far. There we go.
18. So you do see Ashella. She doesn't talk to you. She's ignoring you. She doesn't talk to you.
Yeah, I gathered.
She keeps moving.
Yeah, like I'm not
everyone else,
stopping
they're
her.
sort
Like
of
I just want to like
waiting.
basically see if
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excused now from like whatever the
Yeah, she's not coming to look at you or talk to you.
awesome.
They seem to all be waiting now on whether you're appropriate to talk to anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
And Constance?
you know, now that you think about it, you haven't seen her all night. And as you look around, you don't see her.
Do I see Jennifer at all?
You swore you saw her earlier, but
Serena and I. Same mind. Same mind. Yes.
Exactly.
you do feel
Get it.
someone. As you begin to go out to the streets, you do feel someone kind of presence very close to you, Mariel, and you look over, and you see it as your guard,
Cord.
and you see Cord, and he just kind of like he's looking ahead, but he is just really close to you.
Awesome sauce.
Is he like adjusting his armor and smoothing his hair back?
Watch out. Here we go.
Cord has
Not like that.
shaved.
Oh, that's
so-
right.
Shaved, scarred. No, he's not doing that. We don't have.
You
that
do not
relationship.
see, you do not see him adjusting it.
Mhm.
For sure.
I just kind of like nod in his general direction and like let my mother kind of like shepherd us.
Yep. The rest of the guards fall in.
Yeah.
Clarissa, are you going with the family, or are you doing?
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna stay back from them. I want to see if I can see Lars is my first goal. If he's lurking somewhere around here, I doubt it, but I want to check. And then I also want to see what happens when they leave. If that
Okay.
makes sense. Just
Yeah,
in the mood. In the-
Yeah, I mean, the guards file around them. They break off down the hall.
You
See
cut
a
out.
lot of- everyone's kind of walking the same direction.
Uh-huh.
And eventually begins to split off. I mean, are you following them all the way?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
see if there's anyone else following them. Also, I'm looking particularly for that alley cat. Is
Mhm.
the name I have for her.
Yes.
I'm just on extra alert, I guess.
From your insane passive awareness, you do not notice any of these people looking.
Okay.
However, you do notice, because it's 24, right?
Mhm.
You do notice, Jennifer.
Yeah. Oh. Not her.
She seems to be conversing with a gentleman of about, you think about 30. Finely coiffed mustache, dressed well, and they seem to be talking and smiling. She seems to be bidding him adieu.
Do I know who that is? Sorry.
You could make a status breeding test.
All right. Now let's see. Just in case I do.
Decent.
A 12.
A 12. You do, yeah, that's actually exactly it. This is I think, oh, whoops. This is I think Lowton Leffert. He is the younger brother of Leo Leffert of House Leffert. House Leffert is a major house. Their keep
A
is
major
in
house of what?
the Westerlands.
Uh,
Their castle is Golden Tooth. He is a great ally to the Lannisters. And you also know he has that Leo Leffert, his much older brother, has great ties to House Frey through his daughter Leonella, who is married to one of the elder Frey boys. But this is his third brother, Lowton.
Yeah.
And she seems to be bidding him adieu. They're wandering away from each other, and it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I follow him for a couple of blocks?
Lowton?
Yeah.
Specifically Lowton?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Not for too long. I just want to know where he's headed.
Okay. I will need a roll, Clarissa. I believe it is going to be a stealth test. Blend in can help.
All right. 17 plus 4, 21.
Phenomenal. Yes, 21. Absolutely. That's at least 2 degrees of success. You follow him effortlessly. And you see he goes to an inn.
Okay.
To a northern part of the town. Do you follow him into the inn?
No. I just want to know where he's staying.
You know where he's staying now.
Perfect. And then I will head back to our inn. Still stealthing. I don't want to get caught up by anyone. Yeah.
Absolutely. You all make it back to the inn,
Oh.
all exhausted. And then, unless any words will be discussed, we will go to sleep.
Can I send? Can I write and have a letter delivered?
You may.
Okay. I just want to write a very quick letter to Silas Frostmourne, saying that unfortunately, basically just saying is that I would love to have a drink with him as soon as all of this nonsense is over.
Okay. Do you know where he's staying?
No, but I can imagine I can find someone who probably does.
How would you like to do that?
I would like to go. What's his face?
We asked Lyle.
Yes, Lyle Brewer.
Yeah.
Very well. Lyle goes, you want to know where another house is staying, my lady?
Oh, I missed the voice.
What house is that? Frostmore, you say?
Mhm.
Frostmore. Ooh. Ooh. I wish to help you to my utter best. But I'm a bit tired. He's just going, for a very long time.
I probably have maybe a couple coppers left, or a couple
You have
something.
4 silver stacks.
Okay, I give him a silver.
He goes,
Another silver down.
Went up an octave. That's a good sign, guys.
He's still going,
Really? Another silver down.
Frostmore. Of course, snatching them.
One silver.
It goes, of course. Now, they're Northern House.
They are, yes.
Well, most of the Northern that I, a humble proprietor, no, is several of them are staying. I mean, of course, at the Wolf's Den.
Well, that sounds like a very northern place, doesn't it?
Well, it is. It happens to be that she was from the north originally, brought down through, one way or another, but she founded a little place. Her and that deranged husband, brother, something. I really don't know, honestly. But you can't miss it. The top of the other building is round. And above the bar there's an axe.
I'm just going to go deliver this letter myself.
No, my lady. I can have one of them do it. They know right where it is.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you're not too
incredible.
tired?
No, my boys
Oh.
are right indeed. However, they of course required a fee.
I'll go deliver the letter myself. Thank you for the information about where they're staying.
Well, good luck finding it, miss.
He said it's round and it's got an axe.
Inside the building, yeah.
Inside the building, okay.
Yep.
So
are you going to now wander
no.
looking for a building with a round?
No. Is Orton Lucas anywhere around here?
He is, yeah.
Can I go ask
Looks
him?
like he got back before you guys.
Orton, do you know of a place here in Kingslanding called the Wolf's Den? The northern town?
I do, yeah.
Do you know where it is?
I do, yes. He immediately gives you.
Thank you.
Right.
Of course. Are you going there now?
Yeah, I was going to.
Do you need company?
You can walk with me if you'd like.
He closes
I was
his book,
going to-
stands up.
I was going to deliver a letter to Silas Frostmorn.
He kind of looks eyes. Oh, I see. Well,
We had a conversation at the feast.
I would happily accompany you, my lady. Don't say anything about whatever you're going to say. It's fine.
No, I was going to ask you how you are doing after everything that happened.
How am I doing? And he begins walking outside with you. He goes, I think a little more doing. I knew this was going to come out, but
Maybe a better way of phrasing it is, how do you feel about us? You've been embroiled in this
a little.
on the edges.
I
Yes,
mean,
but
I've met you all enough, talked to you enough. But I mean, to be honest, I don't really know many of you. I've not had months to get to know you, but a few moments. Caution tells me that I should be wary, but all I know is what I know. And if called upon, I would say what I know. And I know a good many things, but he kind of like breathes out his nose. He goes, I am a second son. My word means little.
all words mean something.
He nods.
The smallest word from the lowest street urchin in the right ear can make a difference.
My lady Namora, you're a philosopher.
Am I?
You sound like one.
I'm trying to think more like a knight.
Perhaps there is such thing as knight philosophy. Though I do believe you must be. How many young ladies have?
What was that? You cut out a little bit.
How many young ladies have you conquered?
Oh, well.
Ooh.
More than one. More than I can count on one.
He's looking. He goes, "Oh, that
I'll say.
very well, of course. Yes, no." Kind of
And
nods.
you. Don't act as if I did not see you in the brothel, sir.
He looks immediately like.
Mhm.
He didn't tell
Or
me.
were you there? No, I haven't. Were you? It's not the business of anybody. I think with someone.
Alas, my body does yearn. I feel that if there were any that would be fined without pay to have me, I must spend months earning their, and eventually, yea, on my wedding night might filled. But until that time, I do not wish to besmirch a lady who merely has a passing interest in a clever thing I said. So, coin I have found to be a friend.
There's a girl there. I wish I could see her again, but
What
point,
girl?
you know. Oh, her name was Lida, but I doubt that's her real name. She said she was from the Reach.
And you're smitten with her.
Intrigued.
Might make a knight of you. Like intrigued. Kind of
I like
nods.
people who can hold their own, and she's very smart. She It reminded me of Clarissa a little bit. Smart
He
woman.
fully.
Mm.
Clarissa. That's the steward with the hair of the river, with a riverlet, the hair of a riverlet girl. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nods. I have seen you two talking quite a bit. And I will admit that the pallor of your face every moment you speak to her.
Clary has her own agendas.
Clary,
Mm-hmm.
a pet name. That shows familiarity.
Well, of
And
course
among
we work.
such nobles as we have familiar bred. Well, who knows what else has been as well.
You mistake me. The familiarity is one of friendship. There is not.
But you want more.
I
Will not take more. You will not take more. But you want it.
I am realistic. I am a bastard. I am half Dornish. I am a woman. All things that would be detrimental to Clarissa and
Is
her race.
Clarissa a firstborn?
No,
Secondborn?
I don't think so.
A thirdborn, then?
She may be third or fourth. All I know is that she is not first.
If she's thirdborn, and thou truly wish to have the heart of a knight, proclaim thy love. You
We have
scoff
been-
at me.
We have ventured all the way to love. All the way from friendly flirtation to love.
I speak as if you were a knight. Between friendship. They do not
I
do
hear-
things halfway. Especially if born from the Reach.
I hear such conflicting things about knights. A knight must be political, but yet a nice knight must also be earnest and true. A knight must be a fine martial combatant, but also have a sharp tongue. A knight must blah, 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 blah. Is it
What
not
do
enough
you-
to want to be a good person?
He kind of looks at you, goes, "Is that what you wish to be if you were a knight?"
Yes. To help people who can't help themselves.
He nods. You know, most bastards in your station wished knighthood would be a way, but you wish this elevation for you to help people.
I don't care about being.
But if you were elevated, if you were to be truly a knight, you could be such a match to a third daughter.
Kind of side eye him. I'm just like, what Septa would. No.
What's septum? You do realize that marriages of the same sex have happened.
I
There is-
know.
There is nothing religious against it.
I know, but thinking more that there's
As
not any love for the Dornish. You know that.
As of late, I suppose not.
Hmm.
But as a lady knight and a lady steward, two unique breaches of protocol, I see no reason why that can't be bliss. I mean, very little would bat an eye at that. Much less so than, say, a second son of a house wishing to hold the hand of another man. Especially a house with such a reputation. Oh, I can't think of who.
Hmm. Surely it is more difficult for heirs than heiresses.
Well, the first daughter has fights the fancy of what she daughter. Well, that's a different beast. Forgive me, Forgive me, I feel neutered as of late. I feel little
Why for?
use to anyone. And I
Why for?
suppose... Why for? She asks why for, as she
Indeed,
looks
your
to the sky.
counsel. You have been a source of information and counsel to both myself and to Henrik.
I wish to be, but I think the Lord and Lady have, well, kindness to me have definitely made it quite known I am to be a dark. And I do little but coddle Marita. Not that I could say anything to Nathan. I guess I do wish out of any of these bloody tournaments, someone...
What you cut out for there?
I said, I just wish someone in these bloody tournaments, at least one, might come out happy.
My understanding is that no one is happy in Kingslanding.
That's true. I think I did see happiness once in here. Happened a few days ago, actually. I couldn't look away.
Dare I ask?
Yeah. No, it's... a merchant... one of the barrels got damaged by a passing drunk. Water began to flow out of the barrel. And 3 children began to dance under it. And sure, they... but more excited to be clean. But there was a woman looking out of a window. And she stared at the children and she was overcome with a joy I've never seen. And a sadness took her quickly after, but it was alleviated by another woman who gripped her hand. One might say her friend. Not I, but... And it struck me. I was nearly then run over by a carriage. Lost sight of her, but...
Must remember that we are still in the city.
Nods. But know that there is hope. Even fated and discreet flowers such as your houses, it doth bloom every once in a while, I'm sure. Anyway, and he just gestures, and you're in front of a round...
Thank you, Orton.
Of course. Now, if you don't mind, I will wait for you, as I fear I will be murdered if I leave.
I was just going to say, do you feel okay to walk back by yourself, or no?
I do not! My meek frame would not love to hide behind you.
Alright. I need just to deliver my life.
I mean, after all, those pies, not quite as pats his stomach.
We'll put some semblance of muscle on you yet, even if it is only a semblance.
I'd love to get muscle in some place. But go seek your.
Yes. I'm gonna go into the wolf den.
The wolf's den. Yes, you walk into the wolf's den. It looks like there's like a symbol with it. And you walk into the wolf's den, and it smells like pine and piss.
Is it the thing in the Western where it's like the piano is playing and then it stops and everyone's just like...
No, nothing like that. There are a lot of people drinking and talking, and a lot of people not wearing shirts.
Oh, cool.
And there are furs thrown. And you do see behind the bar there is a man with one eye larger than the right eye is squinting. And he has what looks like a metal cap just on top of his head. It doesn't really look like a helmet. It wouldn't be well designed to be one. It's like this weird metal cap. He has stringy hair coming down from it. A scar that split part of his mouth open. And kind of in a smile. And he just, as you come in, just scream, "Which one of you ordered this fucking ale?" And three men raise their hands. And the first one who shut up, he just throws it at him. And the other man catches it, it spills slightly on him. And he goes, "It's spilled!" And he goes, "You calling me a poor barman?" And that man, shakes his head.
Immediately shuts up. All right. I will approach the bar. And
as you approach the bar, he immediately turns, goes, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Hi. I was hoping that I could leave a letter here for Silas Frostmourne.
What accent is that?
I spent.
Are you from the Free Cities?
No, I spent time in Dorne.
You're not from Dorne.
No,
You don't look.
I was
You don't look like it.
half Reach, half Dornish.
I bet that is not a fun story.
No, match made in heaven, yeah.
She still me about a letter.
Yeah, letter first, Lord Silas Frostmourne. I
Lord
just put it
Silas.
on the bar.
You've given a letter to give to me, to Silas Frostmourne.
You can slip it under his door if you want. I just don't know what room he's in.
Are you gonna buy a drink?
Yeah, I'll sit down and buy a drink.
Well, okay then. And he'll put his hand out for the.
Yeah, I hand him the letter.
He goes, half Dornish, like women who read in such an enlightened age, and he just.
If it helps any, I didn't learn to read until I was 16.
It does. As he walks away. Yeah, he walks away. He will give you a pint.
I will drink. I will make a cursory drink of the pint. Probably drink half of it.
It sure is made of hops and barley.
It just tastes like eating a mouthful of grass.
A little bit.
Beautiful.
He goes, "Now you can either pay me 3 tins for it, or you can arm wrestle me."
Now, whether I win or I lose, are you still going to deliver the letter?
I've already delivered it.
Oh, beautiful. All right, put my arm up on the table.
And he puts his arm up. And it is dark and tanned and calloused as hell.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's wrestle.
All right. please, I would very much like you to make a what's it called? Athletic strength test.
So just straight athletics for me. 14.
14, yeah. You go against this guy toe to toe, and it goes back and forth. And he kind of twists you down all the way, and then you kind of flip back up, and you're like, and it's going for a bit. People start to chant, but then you pin him by 1.
You're strong.
He goes,
Nice.
you don't smell like you would win, but way to go. And you suddenly hear, did you just give away a... And he turns, he goes, I am talking about. And this short woman, maybe 5'2", comes out with a tangle of brown hair that's curled. And she goes up to it. She goes, Theric Throg, did you just give another ale to another person who beat you in a strength of test? Define person. I mean, technically speaking, it's a woman. So, does it count?
I've never seen this man before in my life.
She just... And she goes, you're very sweet. And she goes, go clean out the dog pen! And goes, woman, I am your husband. I am... And then she goes, I'm just saying, I manage the bar. It's my bar! And she just goes, yeah, of course. And she leaves. And kind of looks at you and goes, you should go.
I will. Thank you. Would gladly arm wrestle you again. I leave. Escape that woman. It's terrifying. Go outside. Has Orton been mugged?
There are 2 drunk men talking to him. And they're like, so, I mean, if you're a lord, you could pay for drinks, right? And he's like, hi! Come on!
Yeah, I walk up and I kind of shoulder my way between the drunk men and just very theatrically put an arm around Orton's shoulder and just Orton, we really should be going. We have spent all of our money, absolutely every red cent of it. We have nothing left to give. Goodbye. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, lads. He goes, oh. Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah. Swerve. Woo! And just, they wander off. Orton thanks you profusely. You go back to the tavern. Our lovely family begins to turn in. Jennifer does return in my absence. A bit tipsy, but goes back to Mariella. And I will say, in the dead of night, Mariella, your door does open.
Okay.
And Constance does walk in. Constance, her hair is completely down. And she is holding her shoes. And she just walks in and sits on her bed and just breathes in and then out.
Is there any light in the room, or
there is a candle?
Okay. I think I probably turn over and kind of do this prop on the pillow and just wait for her to look
She
at me.
kind of looks to turn and goes, How was your night?
Obviously not as kind of like take a second thorough as yours.
I met a very important and famous person,
Indeed.
and I got to know them intimately.
Who was this person?
A person I never would have originally.
Does this person have a name?
Nods. But you must guess it, and she just kind of like falls back onto the back of her bed, just like.
I just had to deal with Adham Dannett. Basically throwing a fit in front of Robert Baratheon.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Yes. Claiming that our house killed his people.
Well, that's not good.
Yes. So could you just give me the name?
I'll give you a hint. He's a Lannister.
There are lots of those.
She nods. But it's a famous one.
Would this be like basically a cunning thing? It's like I have Aaron's thoughts, but like they're different from Mariella's.
You can go with your own thoughts.
How famous?
Pretty famous.
Main house famous?
Nods.
I proceed to like do like hand gestures.
When you go really low, she nods.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's like his nickname is not well earned. He should be called something something else. I don't know what. Unless that was the name of his that would make more sense.
Well, my darling, I believe you need time to recover.
But you can't tell anyone.
No.
You can't tell anyone. He was so discreet. We played games. No man is willing to. Other kind of drinking game.
Well,
I'm so sorry I wasn't there. I don't know.
you were
I didn't stay for
distracted
most of it.
by a I'm assuming charming Lannister.
Oh yes. But your thing sounds very bad. We shall talk more when you're ready.
We will talk when you are like awake and proceed to like kind of like.
You've been through a lot.
Yeah,
Just, like,
I
turning
think
over.
that I probably like if she hasn't like officially put the shoes on the floor or whatever, it's like I kind of like quasi tuck her in.
Sure.
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And it is there that we will call it for the evening. Don't worry, there will be things to do that night if we. But that is it. That is the welcoming, not a quite welcoming feast, but one that I'm sure many, many people remember. And in the morn, the fate of House Weirlight on the shoulders of Henrik. Listen, when you're like, I'll be the heir, this is.
If I had known, what have I done?
You thought you'd make a cute boy.
I thought I did.
You did?
You did make a cute boy. There's just responsibilities with being a cute boy.
With no problems, just easing through life, nothing wrong, everything's fine. I was.
Right, well, Thank you so much for stopping by. I think we got to speak to the king. Get yelled at. But it is now out. It was on everyone's tongues, but it is now public knowledge that everyone can basically acknowledge that the duel has been set. And though words were very well spoken, our Vivian, Lord Robert could not essentially, without more substantial claim for either side. Therefore, it shall be up to the gods! And we shall see if the gods favor Henrik. So I really hope you... Shit is about to go insane. I hope Thorson's back next week because he gonna be busy, and so are you, Clarissa.
Oh.
We still have that dagger, that mystery dagger.
So the
We do.
mystery dagger.
All right.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Please give it up for our wonderful characters who managed to navigate through the hellhole that is a royal feast. Definitely to Vivienne, holding, speaking very well, calling the right people up. It was good shit.
To go.
Everyone, thank you so much. So we'll see you next time, and until then, keep dropping dice. Goodbye.